I can't think about sheep when I sleep. It just gets me all hot.
When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line.
Welcome to InSpace. I'm Nick McEwen. Follow us at facebook.com/InSpace Show. Also, give us a call at 316-712-0333. We got a lot of stuff to go over tonight. Once again in the studio, as always, I have my cohorts with me here. On my left, we got Joe.
What?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, so much better now that I'm off work.
Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, David, how are you doing?
Howdy, I'm good.
You good?
How's it
You
going?
great? You're tasty?
Tasty.
Awesome. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Jägermeister and some strange beer that David brought in.
The old... Everybody loves the Gagger. Good old Gagger.
Jägermeister.
Gagger Mister.
And always in the red chair with the Indian blanket on the back. Kyle?
Hello, governor.
Is that really your intro for tonight?
Yeah. It's a tribute to the Olympics.
That's your paint.
Yeah.
They did start today. Hello.
We're missing it.
Yeah. No, I heard it was lame, dude. People said that they were, like, falling asleep watching it. Because, like...
Don't fall asleep
Well, check
while
this
swimming.
out. Check
Old
this out.
school, like, the queen is
fuck
there,
that.
and, you
No,
know,
no.
she can't take too much excitement.
I was
It
flipping through
good.
the channels. I was trying to find the Olympics because I wanted to watch it. So I kept flipping
NBC,
it. And then,
right?
well, listen, then I saw
Peacock.
this helicopter taking off from the Royal Palace, and then I saw Daniel Craig. I saw James Bond. I'm like, oh, well, this is a fucking James Bond movie, so I changed it. Apparently, the opening sequence to the Olympics was some little skit that she did with Daniel Craig, where he played James Bond, and she got in the helicopter with him, and they flew to the Olympics or something. I didn't watch it, but
It was cool.
I thought it was a James Bond movie, so I changed it because I was looking for the Olympics.
That's weird.
Yeah,
no,
what
I
is
can't.
that? What is this, like
I
the
don't know.
Grammys or something? Billy Crystal there. I mean, he does the openings for everything these days.
Billy Crystal, and he did Oscars.
Yeah. Like 17 times or something.
Did you know that
it's the
the United States is the
Oh,
only country where the government doesn't sponsor their team? Doesn't that suck?
Did you know their uniforms? I can't remember what team it was, but uniforms came from China.
That's our team.
Yeah, it's our
what
team.
The whole team.
Yeah,
Team
yeah.
USA.
That's
Ralph
because
Lauren.
that's because the government, doesn't
China.
fucking sponsor our team, dude. Like, we spend all this bullshit money on stupid shit, but they won't like sponsor the one event where we have to show like what we're made of in sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's messed
Like
up.
clothes making?
No, like they don't give any money to sponsor the USA team at all. It's all like
Our government?
it's all privately owned companies that sponsor it.
Our government?
Yeah.
Government. The government's coming.
Pretty much whatever commercials you see, whatever products.
Like,
and
here's
stuff.
swimming brought to you by government cheese.
Yeah.
But you're saying like all the smaller or private
like
companies.
McDonald's and
McDonald's and
Oh,
Coke.
McDiesels
gotcha.
and whatever.
Gotcha. They're like, yeah, this guy eats at McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Pip Show over on Radio Zeno. Got some a call from them we'll be playing here in a little bit, and the Neesh Cast. Email us at nickmcEwen@gmail.com. Look for us on iTunes. We're also on Radio Zeno. On Twitter at nickmcEwen33.com. No .com. At nickmcEwen33.
That's right. Tune in your eyes and your ear holes on your iTunes.
I have to give a shout out to W-less1. So, do you believe in karma?
I don't know.
Instant karma.
I don't
Just
know if
karma.
you want to like label.
Yes.
I don't know if I would label it as karma.
C.
But I do believe that, like, if you do good things for other people, then good things will
Right,
happen
okay,
to
but
you.
in general, do you believe in karma?
The yin and the yang.
I'm going to say yes,
David?
if you want to say that.
Yes or no? Just that's all we need.
No explanation.
What goes around comes around.
I'm gonna say yes, but
Joe?
Yes. with
I
capital
believe in it.
yes.
I believe in it. Do you like Nickelback?
Nickelback sucks my balls.
David?
absolutely not.
Absolutely. Joe?
Nay.
Okay, and neither do I. And those two topics come together in this article I pulled off of Huffington Post.
My ears are wide open.
Kevin Bodette, Nickelback fan, falls into gorge while trying to sneak into a Saratoga Nickelback concert.
He's trying to, like, rappel into the fucking concert.
He's a 22-year-old man
Tom Cruise
has
style.
fell into a gorge while trying to sneak into a Nickelback concert on Tuesday night. Now, doesn't that kind of serve him right a little bit?
Are you
Kevin
reading
Bo-
it wrong? Does it say George?
No,
he playing
he fell into a gorge.
Sorry,
What kind of
George.
gorge is Nickelback playing in, is my question.
It's a gorge in Saratoga.
I think it's in Tennessee.
Florida.
Kevin Bodette of Tupper
Maybe.
Lake, New
There's
York,
probably
wanted
more
to
than
slip
one.
into the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. He wanted to sneak in undetected to see the Canadian rock group perform, but instead fell 40 feet into the Geyser Brook Gorge. This guy was acting on his own in a highly intoxicated state near the gorge.
Obviously.
Dan Keefe, a spokesman for the Office of Parks and Recreation and Historic Preservation. He deserved it. If you're going to break into a Nickelback concert, you need to fall into a gorge.
That was
But he's the one that lived to tell about it.
that was in New York, by the way.
Saratoga, New York.
Yeah,
What
Saratoga
about the
Springs,
guy
New
that
York.
fell off the falls and died?
Well,
There was no concert. at the
Nickelback.
Niagara.
That's what you get. Don't sneak into Nickelback concerts, because why? Why?
Why? Sneak in.
Why? So, Joe,
Yo,
you got an article today?
I got articles every day.
Every day, yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Articles every day.
Yeah. So, NBCnews.com says, just like on Tosh.0, we saw that Russian guy making the video, chasing people like a zombie.
Like, he did the Miami zombie
Yeah,
prank
it's-
after the face eater.
Quote, unquote, Miami zombie attack prank, ! On YouTube. Check it out. These two filmmakers are known for that, and they struck out in their latest video attempt in Boca Raton. That's in South Florida. The guy this time they tried to punk got very angry. Filmmaker Jonathan Vangus, 20 years old, of Delray Beach.
Delray Beach.
The Delray Beach.
the wrong emphasis was on the wrong syllable.
yes.
Craigslist.
Craigslist? In the video, the filmmaker Vitaly Severodowski of the Delray Beach area, he was carrying a briefcase and told the victim named Andre Brown, easier to say, the good neighborhoods of Miami.
Yeah.
It's like, you only have 60 seconds to get away from the briefcase. And at first, Brown runs along Zivotofsky, but then he shouts out angrily at both of the pranksters when he's told that the episode's being filmed. I guess he was just shouting, it doesn't say. Good old Sun Centennial out of Florida. Said he, apologized to Brown, who was 51, the filmmaker's 20, but Mr. 51-year-old, quote-unquote, Mr. Brown, was not receptive. He just was totally all in it.
He smashed their camera or something. Or knocked over the
Yeah, the
camera guy.
filmmaker says, he attacked me, my camera guy, he threw me on the floor, he threw my camera guy on the floor, and apparently that's all he did. I was just screaming back, sorry, I apologize.
J-U-I-C-E,
So
motherfucker.
I'm sorry, I apologize for my jewels. But they were like totally surprised that this happened after their first stunt, when they should have gotten shot.
Yeah, almost
Really?
got shot. Look it up on YouTube, guys, if you want to see it. Just type in Miami zombie prank. You'll see their first prank.
Yeah, it's got nearly like 137,000 views.
Are they trying to press charges against this guy now for breaking their stuff, or?
I don't think so. I think they got held for...
Well, Andre Brown just threw him on the ground because they were in Miami town.
David?
Well,
So totally, like Russia could take over the state of Florida. We figured that out. As long as they dress up as zombies.
Everybody would run away from them.
Yeah, everybody in Florida would run away. Bringing it back, David, with the weather.
David with the weather.
It's raining.
I don't know what anybody's picked for their articles, and I like to surprise it myself.
Well, the weather is gloomy in Ronneby, Sweden, for some innocent sheep. Apparently, a slightly built man between the ages of 60 and 70 has been sneaking around, creeping and raping innocent sheep out in the field.
Just raping sheep.
Pulling the
Just
Wile
raping
E.
sheep.
Coyote on him.
The crazy thing is he was seen by somebody who wasn't able to stop. Having sex with an animal is not illegal in Sweden.
It's not?
No. So
Freaky motherfuckers.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was decriminalized in 1944.
Sweden.
So the thing there
What? You want to go there, Joe?
Sweden. Well, not me personally, but
Joe's looking for some sweet sheep action.
meow.
What? Okay. Go on.
So,
Meow.
don't look like a cat to you, boy.
Am I drinking out of salsa?
But so the key to this case and this guy getting charged is that when he gets naughty with the sheeps, he ties their back legs together. And so if they find out that this has been injuring a sheep, then if they catch him, they can charge him with animal cruelty.
Do they know it's him because does he tie him back like a turkey leg?
Does he
Like
leave
on
a business
Thanksgiving?
card in the nightstand or something?
You know, I don't know what sexual position they're in. I would assume it's sheep style.
Does he let the sheep give him a German chancellor?
German chancellor, what is that?
I can't discuss it.
So I think what's been going on is this slightly built 60 to 70-year-old without pants is also in the description. Has been getting into some 50 Shades of Grey and has kind of gotten into that whole bondage aspect of things. And
Is that what that book's about?
Yeah, is that what that's about?
yeah, that's all the rage now. Bondage.
But it's like mommy friendly, I guess, right?
I don't know. I've never read it, but from what I hear, it's...
Yeah. I'm not a mom, so I wouldn't know.
While we're on the subject of barnyards and goats, I got something for when you get done there.
Yeah, well, that was really about it, except for, according to the Journal of Sexual Medicine, maybe the joke's on this guy, because this journal found that men who have sex with animals are twice as likely to develop penile cancer than men who refrain from sex with animals.
Or not fuck animals.
Yeah.
I don't have to use the word refrain because it's not like I have to I must refrain myself from screwing sheep.
It must be all the hey.
I know
in
what the
pee
first
hole.
thing that I think of in the morning is not fucking animals.
Fucking an animal. Please, I must refrain myself from this right now. I can't fuck this goat. I have to refrain.
I can't think about sheep when I sleep. It just gets me all hot.
So you don't count
Counting
sheep.
sheep.
Can't count
Puts
sheep.
a whole new
One.
twist on counting sheep.
2, 3.
He counts sheep in the morning to take care of the morning wood.
Yeah. Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's all, man.
Okay. Well, to go with that, I got a goat man comes forward somewhere in a place called Ogden. This comes from thestandard.net. An elusive man photographed earlier this month in a fur-covered goat suit and crawling on his hands and knees near wild goats in Ben Londmond Peak has been unmasked. The individual, who has been dubbed the Goat Man by the media and has drawn comparisons to the legendary Bigfoot creature, is apparently 57-year-old hunter from Southern California, Phil Douglas. Conservation Outreach Manager for the Division of Wildlife Resources told the Standard Examiner on Monday. On the advice of a friend from Utah, the man phoned Douglas to provide information Monday that substantiates he was the person in the goat suit photographed by Cody Cretin on July 15th. He gave me detail that convinced me it was him, said Douglas, who did not ask the man's name. I'm satisfied that this was a person preparing for a hunt and did it with knowledge and experience. He found out about Utah and that it was fairly easy to get close to their goats
I didn't know this.
to get a clean harvest shot with archery equipment. So this guy, basically, he's an archer, and he dressed up in a goat suit and crept out into fields and like started sniping off sheep or goats.
Was it a real like goat that he wore as a suit? Like Silence of the Goats?
All it says is in a fur-covered goat suit.
There's a picture of him like on the side of the mountain, like on his hands and knees.
The man said the goat
suit.
costume was made out of a hooded painter suit, the kind that is readily available for purchase in home repair stores. He outfitted the suit with polar fleece to give it the appearance of fur and wore a ball cap backwards, pulling the brim down to his chin to look like a billy goat's beard.
Strange.
Hunters do some amazingly creative things to be successful, Douglas said. The man also said he had no idea that he was being watched or photographed. The man told Douglas that he had shot some video himself near the goat herd frequently, had to adjust the hood in his costume, and had to take breaks from crawling on all fours. I was concerned that this person understood the risks and that someone else might see it in the media and try it. I didn't want someone who did not know the risk try it and get hurt. I don't think goats are really that dangerous that you have to camouflage yourself as one.
Yeah, seriously.
Really, dude?
I go to the zoo all the time. You have to have like a handful of oats.
Fucking kidding me?
Yeah, goats will at the zoo.
The guy.
If you've got the feed.
Well, I was a little boy way back when.
Were you a
Yeah.
little billy goat?
I went to the zoo. I was all excited. I had a baggie, a Ziploc baggie of the, rainbow marshmallows.
Right.
And I was just carrying them around, walking in the petting zoo, and this goat was like, I guess thought it was a good idea to eat the marshmallows through my bag. And ever since then, I didn't like goats.
Or marshmallows.
You're listening to In Space with Nick McEwen. Call us at 316-712-0333. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/InSpace Show. Follow me on Twitter at Nick McEwen the 33. At Nick McEwen the 33.
0333
316-712-0333.
Green from a man down by the beach. Fucked up made kind of Superman, part of the project. You ought to know me. You want an autograph, some kind of Superman, part of the project. You ought to know me. You want an autograph, some kind of Superman, yeah. Part of the project.
There it is.
And looks like we got a call on the Skype line.
From space.
You've called in space. Who am I talking to?
Hi, I am calling in to the In the Space show.
Yep, you've got in space. What's your name, caller?
Space?
Move
Yes,
on
sir.
in. Move on into this space.
Who am I
All right.
talking to?
This is Sea Dog. I heard earlier that James Rollins was on the show.
Indeed, he was.
Yes, I was very absolutely impressed by James Rollins. I just wanted to elaborate on some of James Rollins' views.
Sure, go ahead.
The most important factor of James Rollins was the cybernetic organism, very much the DNA version of cybernetics.
Right, like
Pretty
Project
much.
Blue Brain.
Yes, absolutely. The point that we are in the programming age of programming the body to the different. We're not talking about the nano machine. We are absolutely talking about the fact of programming the body with drugs or an ulterior method.
Now, Sea Dog, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes.
Are you at a bar or are you at a party?
I am in a very special social congregation.
Nice.
There is very many minds here that are very important to the cause.
Right.
And at all costs, these minds are actually the minds that are important to this research about the cybernetic furtherness of the cellular situation.
So you're at a philanthropist kegger.
Yes, there's actually people here that
Slave
could
procreate.
actually tell you much about the technology that is inherently in this situation. I actually think James Rollins had a very good point about the point of the direction of where we are going with the cybernetic side of things. Now, granted, he had a very good point about immortality, and we cannot disagree with this point. This is a very strong point that he had, but
But
the cybernetic side of things is very more
Yeah,
touchable
he said, but.
in the fact of the genetic coding of a human being, if you want to get to that point.
uh-huh.
Well, the only thing I wanted to say was that James Rollins had a very good point that we are only touching the cusp of the point of the genetic programming and the further development of the human. Really, it's not just the human DNA process, but it's also the further development of even just the simplest neuron and brain cell in the human brain.
So he's saying he's
Yes,
studying
I am absolutely actually in the spirit of this belief. Actually, I am not disagreeing with this, but I'm also supporting the fact that there is more of a rigidity to the code of the human process.
Right on. Well, Sea Dog, we'd like to thank you for calling us today. And we appreciate your time at your philanthropist kegger in the middle of the woods in Alaska. We appreciate it. We know it's hard to get a landline out there. Thanks for calling in, man. We hope to hear from you in the future.
Thanks, Sea Dog.
Yes, no problem.
Have a good night.
Yes, you too, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
TTFN.
He's drunk. You're listening to In Space with Nick McEwen. Give us a call at 316-712-0333.
I spit hot fire.
Kyle, you got a story over there?
Yes, I do. Okay, so
What you got?
this story is
so.
actually credit to Michael Parker Pearson.
Holla.
And he does a story about Frankenstein. Mummies are a mix of corpses. That's the title of the article. And the article goes over some pretty interesting stuff.
What website is that from?
That's a great question.
I believe it's Live Science.
Is it?
Yeah, is it got a blue strip? Yeah, that's Live Science.
Okay,
Good
livescience.com.
band name. Live Science.
Life Science. So, they found these mummies, and the mummies are located on an island off the west coast of Scotland. And what they found out when they dug these up was that these mummies had been pieced together from different people. But they actually were like one person. So they had been sewn with sinew, which is a fibrous tissue that they would take from either people or animals, and they make like a thread type, and they sew the skin onto these bones. So it was purposefully done, is what they talk about in the article, because the way that they dug up the bones, they were in like a fetal position, so they had been put there on purpose.
Like a kooky operation.
Kind of, yeah.
Mummy fetal peed.
Yeah. So what they do is they did tests on like the different bones, and what they found out was like the skull and like the rib cage and different other bones that they had tested were actually, they did DNA testing, and they found out that they were actually from different people. So they had pieced together these bones and sewn them with skin, human skin, to make a form of some sort, and they don't really understand why. And they said, if you think this is a fluke, then just think about
Fuck
that it's...
you.
Yeah. If you think this is a fluke, then fuck you.
Flukes in space!
Hey, buddy, fuck you.
Yeah, so
Fuck
they're
you,
like,
buddy.
alright, well, you think this is a fluke? Well, then why the fuck did it happen in 1260 BC to 1440 BC?
Bitch.
And then...
Bizzle to the
In-
sizzle.
1130 BC to 1310 BC, bitches.
That's right.
Bitches.
Why did it happen that far apart, you fucking bitches?
That's right.
Bitches be
1310.
Okay, so pretty much they say that, and then they're like, well, it's happened like thousands of
Yeah.
years apart.
What's happening?
But,
Kyle,
so I got
Kyle,
to thinking,
lay it down for me, son.
alright, I'm about to. You ready for your mind to be blown?
Mind
Alright.
fuck.
Around this time, this was
Zone.
in the Bronze Age of Britain, and
Zones.
Giggity.
what the Bronze Age is.
Prison, my prison.
Is London 2012? Britain's getting
That's
the
right.
bronze.
That's right.
No,
What?
not really what I was
You
thinking.
just connected two things.
Look
Okay,
at my
I
Olympic
did.
dads.
Very good.
Thank you.
So, I got to thinking, Bronze Age. I don't know a lot about the Bronze Age, so I'm going to look it up.
That means it's
Well, I
the
found
third
this-
place in the ages.
I found this tasty little nugget,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go on.
and the nugget is that during the Bronze Age, such Neolithic statues
So Neolithic.
as Avebury, Stonehenge, and Silibury Hill around that same area were either
Silibury
constructed
Hill.
or modified. So my idea on the whole subject is that maybe they were trying to piece together different bones of people to most resemble maybe some out of this world
Alien?
creatures,
Some alien.
because they're not constructed
Some
like
alien?
us. But maybe if they
You talking
piece
about
together, yes,
like
aliens,
crazy, like 3D
Aliens.
puzzle.
aliens, because if they piece these things together, like different bones, and like how they used to elongate their heads
Feel
and
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like, we're
elongated
so done
cranium.
drawing
Right. I mean,
on
why would
walls
you
of
do that,
caves.
first
Fuck
of
it.
all? Like, I mean, and then for them to, like, go into putting together different bones to resemble something. I mean, what would you do it for rather than
everything
to
was-
mimic or reconstruct something that you've seen? You don't just, like, make shit up out of nowhere. You
Well-
have to be able to relate it to something you've
Unless
seen.
you're a BTK.
Everything was done in reverence to their gods or God
Get
back then, because that's all they knew. Gad. They were on a mission from Gad.
Their broge? Are they on a mission from their broge? What's up, broge?
So where was this at?
You're McGad.
This was actually on an island called, and I apologize for my pronunciation.
Kalukalaka
South, I'm gonna say Eust Island in the outer,
Used?
in the outer west coast of Scotland.
West side?
Yeah.
West side, mummified.
And it's a modern graveyard. And it was populated from the Bronze Age. This was in 220 BC to 800 BC.
Bitch.
And this is when they just recently found him, and they're like, "What's this shit?" I
Double
wonder.
dubs.
Wait. I think BC is backwards though, right? Like it'd be 8 something BC to 220 BC.
It runs backwards.
No, it runs like BC is back, right? So it goes like if it's the lower the BC, the closer it is to modern time.
Yeah, it's like negatives.
Right.
Negative number line.
Exactly.
Alright.
Is it?
Integers.
I got
You down with
Yeah,
the
because like
BC?
800 BC is before Christ, or before.
Well,
But that's
it's
not what
always-
it stands for.
Yeah, you know me.
BCE now, before
Right.
Common Era.
Right. But it used to be
Anno
before
Domini for
Christ.
80. Anno Domini.
But this is BC and not BCE.
They're both Latin.
You're
actually.
blowing my mind right now.
Okay, BC is before Christ if you believe in.
No, that's not what it stands
No.
for.
It stands for...
BCE is.
Before Common Era.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not what it used to
It
be.
stands
It's
for
BC.
Bitches be crawling. Before we sit up on our feet,
AD stands for
before walking on your feet,
Anno Domini is 80.
Or after death, if you believe in that timeline.
I don't even know why I said anything I didn't mean for it to be a big deal. I'm very sorry.
that's PM for you bitches.
PM.
Yeah.
This is a PM show.
Power. It's the power.
Power medicine.
Power medicine, you hear? You dig?
Power medicine.
You picking up
Gives
when
us
I'm
power.
laying down?
Did you guys hear about that lady, and I think she was in Wisconsin, who her
She was with the tramp.
no, not the
Oh,
lady in
yeah.
the tramp. Her husband died, and
She mummified him, put him in the closet.
no, well, she did mummify him,
Yeah, I heard about that.
so to
Okay,
speak.
wait.
But she just left him in the chair and didn't move him for
This
a year and a half.
hang on. This says BC. Someone said, this is like a different site. It says
Bitches
BC
be
is before
tripping.
Christ. AD is Anno Domini or Year of God or Year of our Lord. So,
Yeah, what's that? What site's that coming from?
I mean, that's from.
I bet it's coming from a religious Bible site.
ChristianScience.com.
Something.
No, but that's. I mean, Wikipedia says the same thing. Anno Domini.
Or
Have you guys ever thought about
Jim
the
Duggan. Jim Duggan
how we'll
style.
get to Mars? How the Mars mission would go? If you really wanted to send a person to Mars.
the red planet.
Well, you know what I was thinking about when I come across someone I don't like, and I say, "I'd like to give you a one-way ticket to Mars."
Yeah, that's what they've got. Mars One plans a suicide mission to the red planet for 2023.
But is it really a suit? I mean, it's not like
It's not like you're gonna die.
we're going to send you here specifically to die.
Dude,
But
how
I-
long
I
does
did
that
look-
take to get there?
I don't know. They're sending that.
Just a day.
What's the thing they're sending there?
Base
Dude, it's
Landor.
like 5 years or something.
Base Landorp, the 35-year-old founder of Mars One, told FoxNews.com his company is serious about a one-way mission. The company will hold a worldwide lottery next year to select 40 people for a training team. They will then set up a mock colony in the desert, possibly somewhere in the U.S., for 3 months.
Ice Cube will be there.
This initial team will be reduced to 10 crew members. It'll be fucking a reality show you watch.
It will.
How are they picking their people?
Fox News.
They don't.
Guys,
They're not.
Fox
They don't
News.
say.
They're doing a lottery.
They will then be sent to Mars, never again to return. We will send humans to Mars in 2023, he told Fox News. They will live there the rest of their lives. There will be a habitat waiting for them, and we'll start sending 4 people every 2 years. The habitat will consist of several housing structures that Mars One will launch before 2023. In 2016, the company plans to launch the first supply vessel. In 2018, it plans to send a rover. So they're just going to throw people up there with stuff that's already landed and be like, all right, live the rest of your lives up here.
It's like a multiple person.
Who
like
is
that
this?
Jim
Was
Carrey
this
movie.
this is a Newt Gingrich thing?
This is like a cult.
by the end of his second term, we were going to have a Mars colony, right?
I know that, like, who's the Virgin
Al-
Mobile guy?
Can you hear me now?
Richard something?
Yeah. So I think so. He's like, he was the first one to invent a craft that could go into the fucking out of the Earth's
InSpace!
atmosphere, like a single.
Oh,
man
listen to
vehicle.
this. Listen to this. To help fund for the project, Lansdorp said that they could even be a reality show based on the selection process
Uh-huh.
and test colony. Paul Romner, the co-founder and executive producer of the show Big Brother, is an advisor for Mars One.
Nobody
Oh,
likes that
no.
show.
Yeah.
Everybody hates that show.
Next thing we know, we're going to have Real Housewives of Mars.
Dude, it'll be like
Yeah,
the
like-
Hunger Games. Like,
That's what it sounded like to
Yeah.
me when I was looking over
Starving.
who's going to Mars?
Well, Buzz Aldrin stated that.
Buzz Lightyear.
Well, Buzz Aldrin, the lunar module pilot with Neil Armstrong, who landed on the moon, has maintained for years that the only way for humans to reach Mars is to plan a one-way mission. Which is true. You got to get somebody up there first before you start sending people there. Somebody's got to be the first one.
That's true.
Who's going to
Alfred,
refuel you once you get there? There won't be any supplies.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
and
but isn't it kind of shitty? Like, I think it says
Bruce
in that
Willis.
article that initially they're going to select from a lot. It's on the first page from a lottery of like 400 people, and then
40 people training team down to 10 crew
lot.
members
yeah, and they're going to put them in like this little colony.
for 3 months in the desert.
And then make
But
them bang.
Soylent
Green.
Yeah, and they're like, are they randomly? It doesn't say.
It
Like,
says there's going to be a
says
lottery.
Lottery.
It says,
so,
yeah, but at the end of the article, it also states...
I've got a golden ticket.
yeah. For real.
Still, Lansdorp has not quite announced how the Mars One lottery will work. The
Thank you,
selection
sir.
process will start next year, he says. Unfortunately, you can't make any suggestions.
Suggestions
But who's-
about what?
They don't know how it's gonna work, but you have to have a huge fat bank account. To
Pretty
be able
much.
To be
Well, you'd have to
considered.
be fit, though, too. I mean, you'd have to be like the top.
Well, I got a boner for it. Does that count?
You want to go to Mars?
Yeah, I'll go to.
Dude, just think about that.
Mars.
Though,
I could
man.
see you on Mars.
I'd totally be Marsing out right now. I'll be the first.
Tweet from Mars.
Joe's would be
I'll
like,
be the first.
What up, all you Earth bitches?
Earth Martian. Come on.
Earth.
Break
He's
it
going to be
down.
sitting on Mars eating Mersh potatoes.
Merge potatoes.
Potatoes from Mars.
Ermagerd, merge potatoes.
Here's Spursh.
I think Joe would be that guy on Mars. Would be like, what, Mr. Red Surface? Walk me to the door. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I need Tecates and lime stacks.
316-712-0333. 316-712-0333. 316-712-0333. 316-712-0333.
This guy in Sweden likes to rate some sheep. I guess you could say he really likes some gyro meat. When he comes to your town, almost bet that your shit's pussy will be wet. The thing about Sweden is it isn't a crime, but animal cruelty will get you some time.
316-712-0333. 316-712-0333.
Dude should realize sheep pussy isn't an answer, cause a sheep's pussy will give you penile cancer.
316-712-0333.
This guy in Sweden likes to rate some sheep. I guess you could say he really likes his gyro meat. When he comes to your town, you almost bet such a sheep's pussy will be so fucking wet. The thing about shit is it isn't a crime.
316-712-0333.
Call our fucking show if you want a good time. We all like to fucking write some sick rhymes. We sit around all day smoking and drinking beer all the time. Oh yeah.
Record it.
316-712-0333.
Drinking on that.
316-712-0333.
What do we call it now? Jagger. Jagger.
Better call.
Jagger is the shit and it's in my brain. All the time I think about it, going insane. We got that InSpace podcast, you know what's up. Every day I like to throw up the cups.
That was better than
Hi, InSpace. It's Pip, and that's Brandon. Hi.
Hi there.
And over here is Killa. She's got conspiracy theories. Hi, Killa.
Hi, Killa.
No, you're Killa.
I know.
Killa is also a little inebriated.
Inebriated? I don't know what
Inebriated.
Yeah, that's what it
So
is.
we're all a little drunk.
Yeah, a little bit. And hi, InSpace podcast, and it's great. Killa is over here talking to us about the government and how they had something to do with James Holmes' attack of the Aurora, Colorado shootings. What about that, Killa?
I'm not fixing to talk about this on some voicemail shit after I said no.
Well,
Okay,
it's been great.
Now you have standards.
Yeah, she called S&P. They said no more.
Wow. I'm sorry, InSpace. Killa's she's being butthurt with this. She had a lot of
Don't
ideas.
get the butt hurt.
It's all right. I'm sure the government's keeping her from talking.
Yeah, she just got a gag order, and we should probably gag order this voicemail.
$1,000 for the cloth diapers, not the sock.
I'm sorry, InSpace. She was talking a lot about crazy stuff, and I thought this was right up your alley. By the way, I love the podcast. By the way, with the ghost stories, totally have seen a ghost in my life. I was in 6th grade. I don't know, what does that make me? 12, 13? And I walked. Me and my mom were living in a trailer. And it was at night. I had woken up. Shut up. And I had fallen asleep. What's so funny about living in a trailer, Brandon?
Nothing. I did it too.
Shut up, Killa.
Shut up, bitch.
Hey, I got ghosts in my house.
Shut up,
right now.
bitch.
I didn't know we could talk about ghosts. I thought we
No.
were talking about Batman.
Maybe you should listen to InSpace podcast at InSpace podcast on Facebook. Listen, or RadioZeta.com. Listen, hey, InSpace.
Plug.
So shut up, bitch. So I was walking around. It was like 2 a.m. I woke up. I had fallen asleep in a chair in the living room of this amazing, not so much, what's it called?
You wake up with full mast?
Trailer. I did have my first explosion in that. That's another story. Anyway.
Okay. Ectoplasm.
I did realize what manhood was all about at that place, but no. Yeah. So, anyways, I woke up. It was like 2 a.m. It was completely dark. I was in the living room. I woke up from the lazy boy or whatever, and I started walking in the hallway. But I stopped because right in front of me, like, okay, I'm gonna.
Is your TV floating?
Shut up. No, listen. All right, so you walk down it's a really thin hallway, and there's 2 doors on the left side. There's one for the bedroom, and then the next one up, a few feet up ahead, is the bathroom, and then directly ahead, straight on, is another room. But to the left are those 2 doors. Okay, so I get up and I start walking down the hallway to go to my bedroom, and from the bathroom door slides a figure. Like a cloud-like figure, like a human shape.
Dark.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a
Dark
human
figure.
It was a dark room.
Bad part of town in a trailer.
It's Rose Hill, Butler County.
Oh,
No.
okay. There's no.
He's got a
there.
classy trailer. Don't talk shit.
Actually,
there's no black people out there anyway.
Shut up. Well, I don't know. I didn't go outside much. Just like now, but it did. Actually, it wasn't very classy. It did catch on fire. We didn't know about it, but the upper part of it, the wires and shit, caught on fire while we lived there. It was a horrible trailer. It's a hard time. Listen. So I started walking down this hallway, and whoosh, from the bathroom door comes this figure that's pretty much the same height as my grandma, who had just died a year before. The same size, at the same height and everything. And I had my pillow in my hand because I had fallen asleep in the lazy boy, and I threw the pillow down the hallway, whoosh, and it went down to this figure's feet. And the ghost looked down slowly at the pillow and then looked back up at me. And I screamed my ass off. My mom was sleeping on the couch. I don't know why we were sleeping. It was cold. We were sleeping in the living room because we only had this little space heater to keep us cool in the winter time. So my mom woke up, and I ran to her, and I told her what had happened, and she told me she had just been dreaming about her mom, my grandma, right then. She was there. I swear to God. Like, I threw the fucking pillow, and this thing looked down at the pillow and looked back up at me. It happened, and I get teary-eyed every time I tell the story. I'm not, this is bad, but I don't care. It really happened. I saw a ghost that looked down and looked back up at me. It was my grandma. It was. Don't make fun of me.
No,
InSpace believes me. Nick McEwen and the rest of the folks, they believe me.
You guys are great.
If it wasn't 2:20 in the morning, I could get 2 witnesses on the phone
2:22.
to tell you that.
24.
Oh,
Just one time.
Radio time.
Me and 2 of my friends were sitting
All right,
in my
thanks,
car.
InSpace. I hope you
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.
Hello, Mr. Nick Ewan and Company. I am Neesh from the Neesh Cast, your Radio Xenu buddy, and I'm calling into the Pip Show, who's calling you, and yeah. So, that creepy sound.
You have 10 seconds.
I think that I had an alien encounter several years ago.
Mexicans invaded her room, and they had a gangbang.
Yeah, well, I was actually, I guess this is how every not believable story starts, but I was smoking pot with
Sorry, time's up. Gotta go, InSpace. Bye.
All right, that wraps up another episode of InSpace. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Nick McEwen the 33. Go to Facebook. Look us up at facebook.com/InSpace Show. Also, be sure to call us in 316-712-0333. Leave a message. Tell us a story. Give us what you got. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe.
I'm Dave.
I'm Kyle.
And this is InSpace.
When I'm gonna let you come around anyhow. Run around town down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm gonna let you come around anyhow. Run around town down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm gonna let you come around anyhow. Run around town down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line, we